Castle Day, Mr. D, and I am here in his place. We've got a collection of horror films behind me, but there's one today that I'm going to do tonight. It is a classic in my mind. It's one of the cliched wood slasher movies. I'm talking about 1983's Sleepaway Camp. Now, there are 3 sequels to this film, 2.5 I would say. Only number 2 is worth watching. We'll get into that later. Okay. We got this movie, Sleepaway Camp. And this is an awesome poster. I am huge into horror movie posters. And this one, I just love the knife through the shoe. It just screams 80s to me. I love everything about 80s. Love movies, I love the music, I just love everything about 80s. So this is a movie that takes place in a campsite. You know, there's nothing new at this time. 1983, 1980, Friday the 13th came out, 81 part 2, 83 part, so on, etc. And there's The Burning, which came out in 1980 as well. It was actually written before Friday the 13th, but Friday the 13th beat them to the screen. And there's a big debate about that. But Sleepaway Camp came out 3 years later, nothing new, but it did do something different. It was actually good. I did like the original Friday the 13th, but I need more. What better than a girl who never speaks unless spoken to by someone that she trusts? And then, on the other, you think the whole time that she's a killer, but then you really don't know. Because how can this innocent, sweet little girl be able to kill somebody in the way she does, or this person does? You don't know. Well, it's about this in the very beginning, weird scene. It destroyed her life. She and her brother and her dad were out swimming in the lake or something, and someone got killed by a boat, and the dad died trying to save him. Got hit by a boat, and it just tormented these 2 children. So a couple of years later, the crazy mom or aunt or whoever that was, I guess it was an aunt. Was it an aunt?
Yeah, fuck me on that.
Yeah. Well, she decides to send these 2 kids to camp. And the brother or cousin. See, I'm not that intricate in the detail. What does it matter? But they went to this camp called Sleepaway Camp, and crazy things happened at this camp. Let me tell you. Some of the coolest kills. I mean, there's a kill in there with a freaking beehive thrown into this dude was locked into the stall, and the beehive was thrown in through the window. But
not medically accurate.
He is a registered nurse, and he would know. So that would not happen, especially the way that happened. They showed that his face was all like
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So it did show his face being like it looked like it was. It definitely did not look like bees attacked him, but it was cool makeup. But it really was not factual. But that doesn't matter in these kind of movies. It's all about the kills and how cool they look and originality. But so we got this girl, right? She's very soft-spoken, never says a word. She lives with these bitchy girls living in this cabin. They're always taking their clothes off, always showing off their breasts, it's just, it never ends. So she's tormented, just a cliche, picked on kind of girl, wants to get revenge, all that stuff. So, well, the way she got revenge on screen to the audience was she was never saying a word. These girls got mad as hell that she wouldn't speak, is there something wrong with you? The funniest scene in this movie, Mr. D would agree, they were in this gym, right, and they were having some kind of dance or something, or some kind of fun at this camp, some kind of thing, at night. These punk boys, they decided, let's go torment her and ask her what's wrong with her. So I walk up to her, and this kid's like, hey Angela, who was the main girl, Angela was her name. Angela, why are you so fucked up? What the fuck is wrong with you? He literally said that to her face. No joke, not laughing. He was literally asking this question. I busted up. I have never laughed so hard in my life at a horror movie. And I love that. That was awesome. That just screams just cheese. I love cheesy horror 80s movies, especially 80s. I love it. Cheese. I love it, love it, love it. So that made me laugh. The kills in this movie are quite cool. There's one with a guy getting his hands. He showed himself to this Angela chick. Later on, we think it's like the brother or cousin, like getting revenge, and puts his hand into this boiling pot. They have like corn in there or something. Boils his hands and they falls over. And there's all this boiling water fall all over him, and he's just like freaking out. His face is like bubbling up. His face, like his skin is like oil, is like, you know, it's boiling. So he gets taken off on the cart, whatever. So he decides. So the counselor dude or whatever says, okay, that's the end of that. We're gonna make sure the kids are safe and all this crap. So other things happen. Some of the boys get killed off. You know, she's always getting picked on. So basically, it's nothing new. And this has one of the best endings in horror movies, in my opinion. It's so out of left field. You just don't see it. There is a part come before that though, when they're like men or something in a bed. It throws you. It makes you wonder, what the hell am I watching? You know, it makes you wonder like about your sexuality. It makes you wonder if, like, do you really like what you're watching? Is this worth watching? Is there a reason this is in there? Is the director just sexually confused? Whatever. But it works because the payoff at the end really makes up for it. You have the crazy aunt lady who's just like, I'm gonna send my kids off to Kenya. You know, she's like talking like that. She's just the weirdest person I've ever seen in a movie. Just weird. I mean, just off the wall, stupid, like stupid acting. I don't know. I don't understand it. But I'm not gonna give away the ending because you're gonna need to see it yourself. But the ending will not let you down. It will not let you down. I'm going to give this movie 7.5 Pumas on a 10 Puma scale. And watch another one of our reviews for the Puma scale description. If you don't know by now, boy will you ever. I give it a 7.5 because it's nothing new. It is a slasher film, which I love. It's probably my favorite genre. It doesn't do anything new that Friday the 13th didn't do, except the ending. It does have a better story though. It has a better. You care about the characters a little bit more. I would say 7.5. I know it sounds probably bad, but it is good. It is very good. There are a lot of horror movies that I probably give like 5s and 6s, but I still like them. But this one has a rewatchability to it that I just don't. It's hard to describe. It's so 80s and it's so just ridiculously cheesy. I love that, you know. And just Angela, why are you so fucked up? Like, who cannot like that, you know? So I would give this 7.5 Pumas out of 10. You have to watch this movie if you are into horror movies and you like slasher movies. This is one you can't pass. And we will talk in a later date about the sequels, which aren't worth talking about, except it's not step number 2 to an extent. But 7.5, Sleepaway Camp, 1983. Go see it, and the ending will not let you down. Thanks for watching.